Hush. Where's the Queensland spirit now?
As is tradition, playing the song in, and we've got a special guest today.
We've got a special guest.
I'm Sauce.
I'm
This is
Berkey.
And we've got Charlotte Caslick, second guest on the pod.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I feel like it's a tough act to follow after Alfie, but...
No.
This is the right encore for Alfie. We had like the best Queensland 7 and now we've got the best women's 7s player. So
I also play in number 7.
hello.
So there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Imagine if we got the double. Imagine it was you and Alf
Yeah.
on the same one.
Then you get
would've
Michael
been-
Hooper or something there.
Yeah.
7.
Setting the bar high.
This is
Oh.
great. Well, thank you.
Yeah, much
First
appreciated.
women guest too, which is massive. So the shareholders are buzzing. Not sure if you're familiar with our shareholders. You got no idea.
No. You're now a shareholder.
You are
So
officially
you're
a shareholder.
You listen to the pod. You're a fan of the pod. You're a shareholder.
They're our fans.
You're
That's
our-
what we call
yeah.
our fans.
Yeah, okay, cool. I love it.
So how are we? You've just done a photo shoot.
Yes, I've just come from a photo shoot, or sort of. It was just my brother taking photos of me.
Oh. I thought this was like an official one for ASICS or something.
But no, it's just I had to get some ASICS content
Okay.
for a new PE Nation ASICS collab. But my brother is a photographer, videographer.
Nice.
So I just kind of, use him.
That's cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Would you recommend him? Can we give a quick plug to him or no?
Yeah, I recommend him. He does a lot of my stuff actually.
Okay. Name?
Sam Caslick works
Sam Caslick.
company Biddle.
Biddle. Righto, Sam. You should come on board, by the way, and sponsor OFD. Not sure what he'd have to offer, but we'd love you to have on board.
We've got a list, as we like to go come prepared.
Yes.
We've got a nice little list of questions for you. But before that, I want to thank you for obviously coming on and you messaged me on the Saturday after I thought I was pestering you, obviously, on the night before on the Friday at Ringo's, and
On the D floor.
eradicated any head noise I had when I saw, hey, would you still like me to come on the pod on Tuesday? And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I wasn't a complete wanker at Ringo's.
Because normally he is.
Yeah, no, I felt like when I woke up, I was like, I was about to swear. I don't know if that's
No,
No,
you
you
can
play
fire
it.
away.
I was like, oh fuck, I've like committed to a podcast on Tuesday. And then I hate being that person that doesn't like follow through on my words.
Well-
So I like made sure to follow it up, and yeah, here I am.
Well, that was very kind of you.
Yeah, that was all. He sent me a screenshot and I was thinking, nah, she still must be pissed or something. There's no way.
I was here at the Tillies for that, and I was battling, and I read that, and I was like, oh wow, day made.
Because
coming on.
the timing's perfect. You know what I mean? Like women's sport right now in Australia, bravo. It's just on, what do we call it, Cloud 9? Can we call
Yeah,
it
we can
Cloud
call
9?
it Cloud 9. Yeah.
And you're the centre of it, like, you know, for rugby sevens. Talk to us about what it's like with women in, like women's sport in Australia right now.
Yeah, it's awesome. I guess it's like a pretty special time to be a part of it. When I first started playing rugby, which was over 10 years ago, I guess there wasn't even like a professional program. There was no like competitions for anyone to play in. You couldn't play at club level. There was no girls playing from, like, I guess once they got to 12, they couldn't play with the boys anymore. So then there was no girls playing rugby. And since then it's grown enormously, and we've seen the NRLW take off, AFLW, and now like the Matildas are obviously taking Australia by the storm. And I think like if they don't win this World Cup, we'll probably win it in 20 years when all these kids
Yeah.
are going to
Yes.
watch these girls play and they've been inspired to start playing football.
I think when, like, I'm tooting your horn here, but your sort
Toot
of
away.
era of when you started playing sevens, I think sort of put, for me, like growing up, put women's sport sort of on the map more in Australia. Like, and obviously you were so successful with the Olympics and winning that. There was of course like netball before that, but that was where I think a lot of, I would genuinely like I enjoy watching sevens, like women's sevens, and I don't think that before that, I might be speaking just for myself, like I don't really remember much women's sport being around or on TV or anything, and now like with the Matildas, I think it's just amplified it, and it's so good for all like young girls to get a part of and get on the back of it, which I think is great.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think like even after like I went to Brisbane State High.
Let's
So,
start there. Let's start with your journey,
Yeah.
Charlotte. Fire away.
Yeah, well, I went to Brisbane State High and like I always had like supportive boys around me. I had lots of boy friends and I have 2 older brothers and everyone that was in my life that was male was always super supportive, which I think I was probably lucky to grow up like that. But I know when I got back from Rio and we just won the gold medal, I went to the State High versus TSS game. And there was all these little TSS boys like sprinting over to me to take a photo. And I was thinking even, like I was 21 then, so even 5 years before, if a female athlete turned up to like a GPS rugby match, I highly doubt many of the boys there would have had any idea who she was. So I felt like that was like a pretty cool moment to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Taking the
all these
shine
young
from the boys too.
Yeah.
That's good.
All these young boys just like noticing me as not just like a female sports person. They just saw me as like a rugby player, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So did State High, did they offer a women's team at all? Like when you were at State High, what was the go there?
Nope. So when I was in year 12, I wanted to put a team into like this Queensland schoolgirls comp. And one of the teachers, Mr. Sione, he's the assistant coach for the Wallaroos now. He was always awesome with me growing up. Like I could train with the boys first and do pretty much whatever. He'd help me out. But they wouldn't put a girls rugby team in. So we just got like heaps of my friends from touch and all over the place, and we put our own team in.
How'd you go?
We won it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
As you do.
We won it, which was awesome. And then I made Queensland Schoolgirls and then the Australian youth team from there. And then next year, State High started putting teams in.
So you started, you created the legacy, can we say that?
Yeah, let's say that.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
I mean, so you started, your background's TRL, is that right? Touch rugby?
No, just touch.
Just normal touch.
Just normal touch.
Just touch?
Yeah.
Like you could
No
give
kicking?
this bloke
No
a
kicking?
lesson on touch, I tell ya, Charlotte.
I can give you a lesson on kicking in touch if you want to play TRL.
All my touch friends, if anyone was listening.
Yeah, they will be.
They would be mortified to think that you thought I came through TRL.
Oh, really? Is that
That's
insulting?
It's
blasphemy.
insulting, yeah.
So I don't know the difference, because isn't TRL and touch? Talk to me. Before I sound like a dick here, I'm going to annoy people.
I don't know. Touch is just like, it's under TFA.
Do you not roll the ball?
You don't touch the ball with your foot, no. So like when you're, I guess, like rucking up the field.
You dump it.
You just sort of like put the ball down and run over it.
Yeah,
you have to place
okay.
it on the mark. So like when you often play with like boys that have never played touch before, they like hit like a short line and just run like 10 meters past the mark, and we're like, fuck, like just put the fucking ball down.
And all you have to do is just like hold your arm out and then run an unders and shit. Yeah.
Can you
it's
initiate the touch?
Yeah.
You can.
You can.
I think I have played touch before and it was
Definitely
pissing me off. Yeah. But no, I like it. So you win the 2012 National Youth Championships.
Yeah.
Player of the tournament?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Shit, I've done some stalking
Oh,
here.
is
This
this
is going to freak you out.
Plenty higher
This is
accolades.
for
okay.
touch. This
Yeah,
is
it's
for
for
touch.
touch, yeah,
So
okay.
does that kind of get your name on the map winning that, or was it something prior to that? Like when Rugby Australia came knocking for the women's?
So I first got invited to a camp for rugby. I was playing I think I was playing under 18s for Australia at the time in touch. We just played a Trans-Tasman against New Zealand. And then rugby had recently just announced that they were becoming an Olympic sport. So Rugby Australia went in, did some scouting, and they came to some touch tournaments, and we all got a bunch of letters in the mail asking us to come to the AIS and come to a training camp. So
You'd
it
be
all started there.
pumped. That would have been sick.
Yeah, I wasn't at all,
Oh,
honestly.
really?
Nah,
Were you
I was like,
nervous or-
I was
Yeah.
terrified. I was like, I'd grown up watching rugby and watching my brothers play, and I think I would have played and joined in with them until I was maybe like 8. And then after that, I was like, nah, I'm a girl. And like girls don't kind of play rugby, and thought that was, not for me. But Dad kind of like kept encouraging me to
That's good.
just give it a go more than
Yeah.
anything. And then I came home and I was like, Dad, there was chicks that were like bigger than you, and I don't want to fucking do it. And then he kind of just like kept being supportive and encouraging me that way.
Have you seen like the talent pool grow compared to back then?
Yeah, definitely. Like the girls that are coming in at 17, 18, even into our squad or whatever, just for like some training trials or just coming in for like a couple of days a week here and there. Like they're awesome, and they've been playing rugby since they were, for some of them, like 10, 12, which is so cool. And like sometimes when we go on tour or whatever, I get a new roommate and they're like, oh, I watched you in Rio, and I was like,
nice.
I was 6. I'm like, what
Thanks.
the hell? Yeah. But I think it's awesome just to see, I guess, from playing the sport for a longer period of time, how much of a difference that makes for them, like especially in the contact sense, and like they actually know the rules. Like when we first started playing, we didn't even know half of the rules. So it's coming a long way for sure.
I've got to quickly say, this is a weird one, but I think did you used to run against the boys in cross country back in the day at school? This is real left
Like
field.
in like primary school?
Yeah, because I think I raced against you and you absolutely smoked me. Because I remember being like, what is this gazelle doing running in the boys' comp? And it was freaking me out. I think you ruined my cross-country career there.
Funny you say that. My brother, I've got 2 older brothers. The second one, Jack, he was like, felt like he was like killing it. And he was 10 or maybe he was 12 or something at this stage. But he got like a cork playing rugby. And then we had I went to Sherwood State School and we had this thing called the Sherwood Gift. So it was like the fastest boy versus the fastest girl. And he's just come off this cork, which has like ruined his life. And I beat him in the Sherwood
You
Gift.
smoked him.
And he honestly thinks, like, he hasn't forgiven me, and he thinks that it's like the turning point in his life where everything kind of like
Went downhill.
Downfall. Yeah.
He's blaming his younger sister.
Yeah, because I beat him in the Sherwood Gift.
So how do we go? You mentioned like when you said to your dad, I don't want to play against the guys, they're bigger, and your dad's telling you probably, Charlotte, they can't run without legs. And you've come from like a touch background. How do you go now going from touch to contact kind of thing? Like was that nerve-wracking or... Because, you know, with boys you grow up where you learn tackling, you know, throughout, like as you get older, it kind of develops. But for you, did that just happen in like grade 12?
Yeah.
Or were you tackling your brother?
Yeah, I was going to say in the backyard.
In the backyard.
Chopping legs and shit.
No.
No?
I don't know. It took a while. I think like when you're like a 16-year-old girl, like it's not very cool to like start learning how to tackle, like I guess, which is, I guess looking back, I wish that I was just like ripping into it. But at the time I felt like it wasn't like that cool to be like learning how to tackle. And yeah, it took me a while. I think we kind of like there was like a group of us that were all learning at the same time that had come from touch, which was definitely helpful. And then there was some girls that were playing rugby that could see our potential that were really nice and like
so
helpful.
they tackle you softly, would they?
Yeah, or they like help run it as a bit softer or like fall over when you kind of got near them. But then there were some that like absolutely did not give a fuck. And you'd be like playing like non-opposed, like non-contact stuff where they'd be like, oh, you guys can jump in. Like this is just touch. And you'd be like kind of just like standing over a ruck and they'd like come and belt you. And I was
Can you
just
name and
like,
shame? Because is this like year 12?
Are we friends with these girls
this is when
anymore?
I was going to like Australian camp. So I was like 17 and I got invited to these Australian camps and like the older girls would just like didn't want to bar with us.
They came at you.
Yeah, hard.
Jesus. What a bitch.
Yeah.
And bitch
And now you're like, look at me now.
Yeah. Then I learned how to tackle. I think they've like,
we're not going to
probably
run at Charlotte.
appreciate it. Yeah. There was like, I remember playing against Sunnybank. I played for West for like 5 games when I was in year 12. And my first game against Sunnybank, I was playing fullback and I was like, some of my brother's friends all came to watch me and they were just like, I didn't even know I had number 15 on, but they were like, number 15, what are you doing back there? And I was like 40 meters away from like any kind of action.
Did you say shut the fuck up? I'm chilling.
And then Dad one time was like, run, like, I don't know. He was like, something has come off a line and he was just like pointing at me where to run. I don't know how I heard him. And then I got absolutely smoked by like the big girls coming off the back of the line out and like.
Big Kiwi birds for Sunnybank too, yeah. Miss me with that.
Speaking of your journey there, how did you get to the Chooks? How did that come about?
That was just during COVID, so we weren't playing any sevens. Obviously, being like a sport that's predominantly played overseas. We couldn't leave Australia, so we were pretty much stuck just training.
Why not the Broncos?
Yeah. What's going on there, Charlotte?
I don't know. I think because I was still based in Sydney, so I was living in Bondi.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
And the Broncos sort of had like a pretty like stacked side at that time. Like they like were pretty kitted out with
Millie Boyle was there, and was that around that time?
at the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was like
Grimson. What's her name?
Briginshaw.
Ali, yeah, Briginshaw.
What position
I think
were you?
Tamika Upton was still at fullback.
Fullback.
There. Well, where did I play at the Roosters? Well, I started in the centres for like the first 20 minutes, and then I pushed into 6. Then my second game I played fullback, and then I broke my back.
You broke your
what?
back?
Yeah, so then I didn't play the rest of the season.
We've missed that.
Yeah.
Shit, I had you down as a hamstring out for the season. Oh, so you broke your back.
Yeah, just like this little bone like to the side.
Some girl tackling you in the back, or how did it happen?
No, I like dived on a ball. It hit like the post when like they'd kicked it. So I dived on it, and then she kind of just like led with her knees. And
Oh, did she get suspended?
no.
No, that's rough because that
Yeah.
could kidney damage and shit.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like the pommy chick walking on the Nigerian
yeah.
girl with the boots or
Stomped her,
something.
yeah.
No, nothing
So,
that cool.
do you like the NRLW where it's going? Like, would you go back there, or you're loving sevens?
I love sevens. Like I love the lifestyle of traveling,
Yeah.
and the training for sevens is so hard that like a lot of people probably don't like it, but I
Right.
really enjoy that part of it. I've always kind of loved training, so I feel like I love that part. I love traveling. I love the Olympic Games.
Oh,
And everything that like I guess sevens can offer me in that sense. But like the NRLW is amazing, and I love seeing how much opportunity the girls are getting now. I have no doubt that a lot of sevens girls will definitely dabble in it.
because
You've just re-signed, I saw, with the sevens.
Yeah,
well, Rugby Australia, is
Rugby
that how it
Australia, yeah.
works?
yeah, Rugby Australia.
Would you ever go back to league like later on, or
Um,
after another Olympics, or?
Yeah, so I'm signed for another 3 years
Yep.
with sevens or Rugby Australia. And yeah, like league was fun, so I definitely would, but I feel like by then I'll be like 32.
I surely like
And like,
winning State of Origins on your bucket list.
yeah, that would be epic. But like I don't know if I want to get, like there's so much contact
Yeah.
in league. Like, and like, if I'm 32 and like want to have kids and stuff, I feel like just getting bashed up.
yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I just, maybe, like I
Yeah.
wouldn't say no to it, but like,
Just become the Brad Thorne of women's.
Yeah.
Just play everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
What so with that, like from a financial thing, without getting into it, is it comparative with NRLW and Rugby Sevens, or does one, or are we getting a little touchy there?
I don't really know what the like,
Financials are.
yeah, for the NRLW at the moment, but I'm assuming because they aren't full time, so they only play for like,
Right, okay. It's a shorter
I think-
season.
Yeah, like maybe 12 weeks now.
Okay.
And then they probably have like, I don't know, maybe a 6-week preseason or something. So like it's 18, 20 weeks max, whereas I'm full time at 7. So
I like how you said you like the lifestyle of the sevens. Like I always think about how cool that is, just traveling like
Yeah.
place to place. What's your favourite tournament, and then I guess
Yes.
country to sort of
it's
you got a
so
smile on your
hard.
face.
yeah. Oh, she's got a few.
Thinking about something.
It's so hard. Like there's places that are like awesome to play. We play in Dubai every year, and it's like an epic tournament. There's like another sevens tournament going on the outside. There's like netball tournaments, cricket, and like
It's like a
it's
festival.
like a So there's like a music festival at night.
Oh, what? Right.
When's
Yeah.
that? What time of the year is that?
December. So it's like the first weekend
Okay.
of December.
So is that hot then, or is that their winter?
It's their winter, but it's like always
Still
pretty hot,
stinking, yeah.
But it's like a dry heat, so it's not too bad. And then we come out like we're in our summer, I guess. So we're kind of like prepped for it. And then all the European nations are coming out of like cold winters, so they're kind of suffering
so
in
you
the heat.
back yourselves
so
there.
we always do well in Dubai.
Hong Kong fun?
I've only played there once. We were first time ever last year. Yeah, it was good fun.
Because the crowds love it in Hong Kong. Isn't it
Yeah.
renowned for that?
Yeah, ever since the China debacle, the crowds have kind of died down slowly, and since COVID, but like I think it's coming back, which is awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you always play when the men's ones play?
No.
Why is that? That seems so strange. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm not actually sure why in the past. I think it's just like logistically it's hard to get so many teams over the weekend. But this season moving forward is men's and women's are all combined.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah. There's only 8 stops and they've cut 4 men's teams. So there's only 12 men
Right.
and
Who
12
got
women.
Like countries got.
Yeah, 4 countries. The ones that came like 13th to 16th.
Kenya or something.
Kenya.
Like we say,
Uruguay.
can you believe they sent you?
I thought he's loving that. Yeah, that's a good one. I thought Kenya weren't too bad at 7.
Yeah, they had like a period of
Yeah.
time where they were good. They had this really good player. I think his name was Colin Sanjera, and he is one of like the most capped of all
And
time.
they're like really tall.
They're massive.
Massive guys. Yeah.
And can just run all day.
Yeah. I think they were probably one of the teams the boys didn't like
Playing
against the most because they're just physically just absolutely
they're hulks.
huge. Yeah.
Where are we ranked? So where are the girls ranked this year?
2nd this year. Yeah.
Let's go.
I had a look. The Kiwis have been dominating,
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, we won the first tournament of the year last season.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
No good
no
ever
good after
since.
that.
What's happened?
Have you been playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we had a really good year the year before. We won like the Commonwealth Games, World Cup, and the World Series all in one year. And that was sort of like bouncing back from our disappointing Tokyo campaign. So I feel like then we have like a pretty young group. I hate to say that we're young because like everyone's pretty young at the moment. But like, yeah, we're pretty young. And I think the like emotions of the year before
Just took a toll.
It's a bit of a
it was a bit of a hangover, and like we've got a little bit complacent, and we'll kind of, I don't know. I think we're just complacent, and we just didn't really like apply ourselves as much as we did the year before. But I think we learn a lot. Everyone says that when you're losing. That you're learning.
Nice cliche,
Yeah.
Charlotte. We love that.
So we kind of probably learn a little bit about like ourselves as a group, not so much like rugby, but like ourselves as a group and what we need to do to flip that around leading into the Paris Olympics. So
That's next year?
yeah, about less than 12 months away.
Because they're doing it again because of COVID, hey? Or they're
No.
Or-
So this is just, so it's only a 3-year cycle this
Yeah.
time because Tokyo was obviously late.
show us your gold there. Yeah.
Show us this.
We've
this
requested
is
the medal.
huge.
This is incredible.
Shareholders, this
Yeah.
is.
This is an exclusive. It's quite heavy too, isn't
Can
it?
I
is heavy,
can
yeah.
I look this on now? I wanted Sauce to put on the national anthem as I put this on. I've been waiting for this, Charlotte.
I don't know if you're worthy to be having that.
If
around
I
you,
was
bro.
going to win a gold medal in the Olympics, I think it'd be the 800 metre.
But I
With
beat
those
you
calves?
in running.
After Charlotte broke my heart, I never looked back. But that's outstanding. You want to touch that, Saucy?
I'll put it on as well. Why not?
Is that out of, because you've won the sevens, you've won gold medal, is that the pride and joy? Or is winning a sevens because it's like, what do you say?
series,
The
like
actual
the-
series, yeah.
Obviously, the series is like the most consistent team for the year, which is cool. But I think the gold medal obviously like changed my life. Like we were talking about before, it changed women's sport in Australia, and I think it was like especially for contact sport in Australia, like it really kind of made a massive shift in momentum around like the support women were getting, which I'm really proud to be a part of. But I think at the time, like being 21, you probably don't really understand like the magnitude of what you've done. But
Let's just
it's
keep this here for a
definitely
bit, eh?
like
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Can we,
know.
Charlotte?
It's really hard to beat. Winning a gold medal.
I love how you said as well.
Keep
like
talking, mate.
young-
You're getting
young
distracted
fellas-
by this gold.
Yeah, it's in my corner of my eye. young kids or like even guys are coming up to you and treating you as they should, like treating you as not just a female athlete, but just a genuine
Regular
good,
athlete.
genuine good athlete of Australia. And like, I think that was really cool. You said that at the start.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think like sometimes like because obviously I'm like kind of like in rugby crowds a lot, and like often we probably get more attention almost than like some of the boys,
Yeah.
which is thanks to winning a gold medal. I
Well,
think
yeah.
there's like nothing in world sport that competes with the Olympic Games. Like it's
No.
the biggest event.
Was it the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
the first sevens one. That's
Yeah.
right.
I think
That's-
outside
yeah.
the like
I mean-
soccer World Cup, I think it is
The biggest
the biggest
event.
sporting event in the world. So yeah, I think just to be a part of that, and then obviously win a gold medal, like the amount of people that are watching, and people just love the Olympics and they're inspired by it, and like, I think they just love to get around it.
Do you realize like how big of a name you are? Like, do you ever kind of go like, I honestly,
this is why you are.
I'm thinking Ash Barty, I'm going same level. I'm going Sam Kerr, and I'm going Charlotte Caslick. Like, I think you're up there.
We've got you right up
We do.
there, Charlotte.
Because like I said off the top, what you sort of did was never been really the focus it had on what you do is it.
And you were kind of like the pin
You know
up
what the
girl
word
for
is?
rugby women's
Yeah.
sevens.
Trailblazer.
Yeah, that's
trailblazer.
Good word. We were looking for
We
it.
needed something to simplify it, and we found it.
Yeah, that's.
I was going to say, like, in terms of, because, like, at the moment, I've never seen the country get behind like a women's sport team, but the last team that they would have got around would have been the sevens women's team in Rio, which is fair to say.
Yeah, I think so. And, like, we, like, a lot of it's, like, around timing. So, obviously, like, for the Matildas, they're playing at prime time. Like, everyone's able to watch it. And for us, like, our gold medal match was at, like, 8:30 or 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And, like, there was heaps of kids going to school. I've had so many stories around, like, going to school late because they got to stay and watch it, or, like, kids already at school, teachers put it on the TVs
That's
for
awesome.
them.
I remember it.
Yeah, like, it was at a time where, like, everyone could watch it.
Yeah.
And it was at the start of the games. So I think, like, anything, like, timing of that sort of stuff's really important to get people behind you. And then, I think just the fact that it was probably the first one, like, everyone loves team sports and that sort of thing too.
Olympic Village.
Oh, yes.
What's that like?
What's it like?
We hear stories.
Is it as raunchy as they say it is in the athletes' village?
He's got a mate. We both have a mate who
went to the Olympics for kayaking, and let's just say kayaking isn't a sexy sport, so I don't know how much was going on in his sex life there. But just in turn, like, is it as raunchy as they say it is?
Do you party or what? Are you?
Yeah,
what do you-
talk us to give the shareholders a little insight.
Well, like, both of my experience was very different. So, like, Rio, obviously no COVID. So, like,
fucking
COVID ruined Tokyo. Or it didn't ruin it. Like, there were some great parts about it. But, like, so Rio, we played, like, the first 3 days of the whole Olympic Games. So we won our gold medal on day 3.
Wow.
And then we had 2 weeks left
Oh
just to
my
stay
God.
in the village. To do, like,
That's perfect.
pretty much, like, whatever you wanted.
Can you go to whatever sports you want? Like, how does that work, getting tickets and stuff?
No, not really. Like, you can put your name down to get tickets, and then they kind of, like, hand them out. I think when you're a gold medalist, you kind of, like, get put up a
Did you
like,
not
to the
take
top.
this off? Did you just keep that on the whole time? Well, people might have tried to
Yeah,
mug you or something.
Yeah, Rio was a little bit dangerous, but we didn't experience anything too bad. But we actually, like, I don't know if they're not the chef de mission, but, like, the people that kind of, like, are running the show in there. On your lanyard, you have, like, what sport you play, and then, like, your venues you can access. And they were printing out, like, little paper sticker things to stick on top, so we could go into, like, you could just show your lanyard and you could go through. And, like, obviously the Rio security wasn't
Well,
Top
class.
notch. Yeah.
but then we went to watch the Boomers. Everyone loves the Boomers.
Yes.
So, like, it's one of, like, the best parts is, like, getting to see those guys. And we all had these little stickers on, and we got in, and then, like, the police came, and, like, everyone was, like, running for it that had like didn't have real tickets. And then, like, I think 9 Australians got arrested in Rio.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, one of
Jeez,
them.
I would have backed you to outrun a Rio security guard.
Well, one of them was the Australian men's sevens captain, Ed Jenkins.
Yeah.
He, like, his wife hadn't heard from him in, like, 24 hours
He's
or
a
something.
big boy too.
Yeah.
He's a big unit.
Was there fisticuffs?
No, I don't think so. I think they just sort of, I don't know. I feel like it's not a place that you want to get
You know,
stuck,
no.
you know? So they kind of went with it. They got out then, like, not
think
too
I
long
remember that,
after.
actually.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
on, like, the newspaper.
Yeah, I
and
think it
stuff.
does ring a bell.
Yeah.
Surely you just hold out your medal or wear your medal
Yeah.
with your lanyard and go,
Yeah.
come on, hey,
Please.
come on, bruh.
But
Yeah.
why were they arresting you? Because you didn't officially have tickets
Yeah,
to
they
see
were, like,
it?
I guess, like, forging tickets.
Yeah.
God.
So then, like, the staff that had done it kind of, like, left the country straight away.
Jesus.
And then, yeah, they were like referring to them as like the Rio 9 and like
I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it was,
funny. I actually saw Paddy Mills say they moved their game time for I think against
Matildas.
It must be against Finland.
Or Venezuela.
Or
Or they just beat Venezuela maybe last night.
Yeah, it's like a warm-up game.
Warm-up
they,
game.
Yeah.
they changed the start time earlier so that they can watch the Tillies,
Matildas.
Yeah.
which is
so
cool
cool.
as.
So-
Like,
Yeah, Paddy Mills is like just the coolest person.
he looks
Is
I
he?
feel like
real chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he for someone like of his caliber, like he
Yeah.
like genuinely like when he's at the Olympics, he like gets so invested in everyone else and like
That's great.
you can so like the fact that he's changing. Well, I'm sure he was at the forefront of
Yeah,
like
he would've
changing that
been.
game time. I feel like that like just is like what he's about. Like he loves Australia and representing Australia and like
Yeah.
he's just so cool.
Doesn't he just cruise around in like Dunlop volleys as well?
Yeah.
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 Does he?
Like he's just so cool.
The green and gold volleys.
Yeah.
Was he the flag bearer for one of the Olympics recently?
Yeah, Tokyo.
Was he Tokyo?
Yeah,
He wasn't
Tokyo.
Rio?
No,
No.
Tokyo.
Can we get you to be a flag bearer? How would
Yeah.
that sit?
I reckon I'd have to win another gold medal and maybe I'd get like a chance if I went to 4.
What about 2032? Because you're a Brisbane girl, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll be like 40.
Oh, will you?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll make it then.
Charlotte, we need to
Or
get you there.
38. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I
how
was
old
trying to
I'll
do the
be.
maths
What,
then.
32. What's that, 9 years away?
Yeah, so you
Oh,
won't.
you'll be Paul
done.
Gallen type.
Yeah, I'll be like late 30s.
yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
God. Yeah, the body won't be holding
No,
up there.
no.
That's a
Especially-
shame.
That'd be special, but
Yeah, if we throw a few years of rugby league in the middle, I'm
Yeah.
definitely not
Nah.
making it.
So was there any, like, what else? Like, is it, so do you just get free piss in the Olympic Village or you got to pay? How does that all work?
No.
Right.
Like, so, yeah, Rio, it was a bit looser, but, like, the Australian buildings are usually dry. So you're not
Right.
actually allowed to drink in them. You have to go
Go out.
outside. Yeah. Yeah, so Rio was awesome. Like, we obviously partied heaps.
That's so sick that
Like
you
I
were
was
done by day
saying,
3.
Yeah, earlier, like, we got to party with, like, Caitlin Ford and Mackenzie Arnold, some of the Tilly's girls.
Yup.
The last night's always, like, massive. But then Tokyo, you had to leave, like, 48 hours after your event finished.
Because of
Because of COVID,
Because
yeah.
of COVID, and like you couldn't leave the village. So like those, yeah, that was very contrasting.
did you have to do any of that shit where you came back and quarantined?
Yeah,
And
2
you're in those
weeks,
like
yeah.
weird
We went
like,
to Darwin.
Oh, my God.
and then it
to
was
that-
like you weren't there. You were supposed to be 2 weeks, but then they cut it down.
No, we
No, were
ended
you
up
there 2
doing
weeks?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the start, so we probably got stuck doing the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I remember people were in there
Yeah.
like doing training regimes and stuff,
Yeah,
and like filming it and like going
yeah.
insane.
Well, we
'cause-
like at the start we got there and we like kept training a fair bit because there was nothing else to do.
yeah.
And then like I think I must have posted a video of us training, and like we were in our little boxes, but we were training without masks on. And then like the police
Oh,
came
please.
and like yeah, so we got in trouble
Like-
for not having a mask on.
What, in Darwin?
Yeah,
in quarantine.
in
like-
quarantine.
Mate, I've
And,
heard a
like-
lot of shit go down in Darwin that gets
Yeah.
passed by the police and they're pulling that up.
And then like we would sunbake on the steps because like you get the best sun.
Yeah,
One
as
of
you
the
do,
Naturally,
girls
yeah.
had her feet on the footpath, and they told her to get her feet off the footpath because
outside
Oh,
of the.
my God.
outside of the box because they have to walk there and like wear
That's a
wrists
joke.
yeah,
Was
like-
there other teams with you?
yeah. Some of the swimmers were there, and one of the swimmers actually messaged me
Oh, really?
and was like,
Did you get pulled up for tanning as well?
"No," he was like, "Can you guys please like start behaving yourselves because like the police keep walking around and you're giving us a bad name."
Can we get what police officer that is?
The police
I mean, not
officer
what
or
police officer, what swimmer that was.
the- Can I say? I don't know.
Oh,
I
don't, we
might throw him
won't.
under
We
the
won't.
bus.
Yeah, we won't throw them under the bus. Is there like athletes? Like I know you said Caitlin Ford and stuff. Were there other athletes that like you guys get along with? Like obviously you said Paddy Mills, but was there some that were you surprised with?
So we've got an avalanche going on in the background at the Caxton here. Jesus.
That's the shareholders trying to break in. They want to get this gold medal. They're trying to break in here. Holy shit. Yeah, so was there like ones that surprised you? Like that you were like, holy shit, she's a good bird, or like he's actually a good bloke.
Yeah,
That you were,
or Georgie Parker. We hung out with her in Rio. She's really cool.
What'd she
She's
do?
hockey-roo.
nice.
Yeah, she's a legend. And then in Tokyo, obviously shit experience in terms of couldn't go out or anything, but Ash Barty finished the same day we finished.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to drink with Ash Barty
That's
in the
awesome.
village, which was so cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And she had like an interview that next day. And she just was like, yeah, she was with us the whole night.
She's like isn't she an hippie girl?
Yeah, she was Met West. I was Met West
Yeah.
growing up too. We kept like talking
Did you ruin
about
her cross country career as well?
we kept talking about being like from Met West and stuff. It was sick. We actually like stole the Canadian moose. Like everyone, like
Oh,
every
yeah.
country has like their like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The totem.
we have like like our kangaroo and emu at the front or something. They had this moose, and us, Ash Barty, and like the Fijian rugby girls, we like stole their moose and like put it in the middle of the street and stuff. Like it was just really cool.
That's good.
That's awesome about
Be
the
with her.
Olympics, how you can mingle with just
Yeah.
athletes you probably never would.
Yeah. Just I guess like rubbing shoulders with them. Like Kevin Durant
Oh,
came past.
That's insane.
Yeah, during
easy
the,
money snipe, the
Yeah.
KD.
in
What's the Americans sort of item? What's their thing? Like
I don't know
Some
actually.
eating
Can you
or some
flog
shit.
that in Paris
Yeah,
for
maybe
us?
let's try. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. Well, like the basketball team don't actually stay in the village.
Oh, the dream team.
Yeah, they always stay.
Yeah, in
like
their
in Rio,
hotels
they were
or-
in like
A
on
yacht?
on a yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Wanks.
they are.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're just too good for
Yeah,
everyone?
maybe.
or-
Whereas
They'd
like
have the
Paddy
money.
Mills is
Yeah.
just downstairs, like watching
Just
everyone.
chilling in his
In his
volleys,
volleys,
in the
yeah.
cafeteria, cruising through.
Yeah.
Hey, Bala.
Was 2016 your
Pat
best
Bell.
year? Would have had to be, surely, or no?
Pardon?
Was 2016 your best year?
For our sevens team.
Well, just in general. Like
my life?
Yeah, your life.
It was
Can
up
I-
there. It was a good year. Like I turned 21, had
Righto.
a fucking awesome 21st birthday party,
What'd
won
you
a
do?
gold medal. I had like a coyote ugly themed
Oh,
birthday
nice.
party at my house.
We didn't get the invite.
No,
No.
we
You
missed
can come
out
to my
on that.
30th. We can host
Are
it
you-
here at the Caxton.
Done. That's on camera.
Yeah.
Let's do
Hold
it.
me to it.
Are you a bit of a country girl? Or-
I didn't grow up in the country.
Yeah.
But I bought in 2016 actually. At the end of 2016, I bought
Told ya,
a
2016.
small farm in Stanthorpe, which is where my
Yeah.
dad grew up. And I've got a lot of family still out there. So,
So a concrete cowgirl.
concrete cowgirl, yeah.
Fair.
Nice wineries in Stanthorpe.
Yeah, there is nice wineries out there.
You like your wine?
Not really,
Yeah, okay.
but it's growing on me.
It is?
Yeah.
Red or white?
Probably like rosé.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's the easiest.
Yeah, you had a bit
I
of
was
fun with some
sculling
roast.
rosé on Friday night when Herbie Farmworth scored that try. You probably wouldn't have seen it
No,
because
I
you were at
didn't
Luke's
see it.
Combs.
Yeah.
Luke Combs was good. Can you give a plug
Yeah.
there for Combsy?
Yeah, Combsy was awesome. Cody Johnson opened. He's also epic. He's
Who's he?
a full blown like American cowboy.
From like Tennessee or something?
Yeah, I don't know where he's from.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in Texas. And he like is like really inspiring when he speaks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like talking about like being good humans and stuff to all of us in the crowd, and we were frothing it.
Let's go, Cody. Who was, I didn't ask this at the start, but who was your hero growing up?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. Like, obviously, I didn't have like a rugby.
No, yeah, just like a sporting hero maybe.
Yeah, I dressed up as Tatiana.
Titmus.
No,
Oh. Is it
Ariana.
Ariana? No, who's
He's
younger than me.
probably wasn't even born yet. Isn't she like 16
no,
or 17?
isn't there a hurdler? Tatiana?
She was a pole vaulter.
Pole vaulter, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't you come at me,
Oh,
so
mate.
I dressed up
Tatiana
as her.
Titmus.
my pronunciation's terrible.
I did a little assignment on Yana Pittman once.
Yana
Oh, yeah.
Pittman.
She used to have like really cool nails, which is what I liked about her.
Cool.
I love Nikki Hudson because I played hockey growing up as well. She was a hockey roo. They obviously won in 2000, which is when I first started playing hockey. But I think once I got older, like Jonathan Thurston was probably yeah.
You're speaking our language.
Yeah, I think because I like kind of pride myself on, this sounds so lame, but I
Fire away.
pride myself on like trying really hard.
Good.
And like I don't know, I just try really hard. I think because I'm ultra competitive, so I
Yeah.
hate losing.
Well,
And
you've kind of got to be.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you don't
like,
try hard, you're not going to get where
if
you
you-
get
but you know
to.
when
Yeah.
you're like 12, it wasn't cool to be like trying hard at school.
See-
Whereas that was always me. I was always an absolute try hard.
I
loved
I
winning.
grew up as an only child, so I was super competitive, but I wasn't good. so I couldn't really back it up. I'd just be a bit of a twerp, and like I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like you want to win no matter
I
what.
wanted to win so bad,
Yeah.
and I'd be like absolutely spraying like
You'd cry and
girls
shit.
in my like.
I wish you didn't try hard in that
touch
cross
team.
country
Yeah.
race. Fucking hell.
Oh, so I love JT. Like obviously he like epitomizes that. Like he just always trying.
Yeah.
Like to the last minute of the game, he's chasing people down or like coming up with huge plays. So yeah, I always loved him.
That's cool. That's a cool insight.
Who's
Yeah.
your so like this is called Off Field Drama Podcast. Out of the your sevens team, is there one of the girls that's a pretty loose unit? Like, is there one that you tend to get around, or who's a little wild cat on the piss?
Shit, there's so many of them in this
she's a
group.
full team of them.
But yeah, there is. Our S&C calls us like a bunch of psychos, and like
And just punishes you.
when he like he does.
yeah. Gets off.
He's like, I know what you guys are like.
I'm gonna destroy you today.
Yeah. He's like, I know what you guys are like when you go out, so like you need to kind of earn it.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes he's kind of like our hype man. Like in sevens, you have a really small squad, obviously, and then we only have 3, maybe 4 like support staff. So it's like so small. And he's sort of like S&C plus hype man. And he'll be like getting us ready for a final, but he like kind of bases it off a night out. So he'll be like talking about like walking down the Champs-Elysees like to this like nightclub that we went to, and like he's like, remember when you guys were here at 5 a.m. in the morning, and like tries to like amp us up around that sort of stuff, which is
That's great.
To like,
Probably
so
like-
you can do it again.
I don't know. I think he's
Yeah.
just trying to get us like fired up
Yeah.
and like excited.
That'd be cool if he was like, not so much. Oh yeah, you can only go out. You can only go to,
If you,
Burgain if you win, like
Yeah.
by this much, like, and just G's you up.
yeah, he kind of, he hates losing too. So he kind of like, if we lose, he disappears. But they're pretty good at like letting us like enjoy, because we're obviously overseas, we're allowed to like enjoy being there and the experience of actually being overseas and everything. But I reckon if I had to choose one, probably
Just one.
Faith Nathan.
Faith
Faith.
Nathan.
Yeah,
Faith Nathan.
She she's our winger.
Yeah.
And she's
Wingers are all mad.
Yeah, she's fucking mad. But she has recently just got a new boyfriend.
Oh, so
Calm down.
So
Settle down.
shareholders,
Yeah.
Settled down a little bit.
Faith's off the market.
Off the market in
Yeah,
that sense.
for the shareholders. Yeah.
Yeah, for the shareholders. Sorry, boys and girls, whatever you're into. But yeah, she's absolutely wild.
So is the boyfriend? Has he told her to quieten down, or it's just part of the relationship?
I don't think so. He plays sevens as well.
Oh, does he?
So they're a bit of like a super
Duo.
couple. Yeah.
Righto.
But she's
She's
like at the
loose.
Commonwealth Games, I think she got found in the bush at like by the police office, like by policemen in the village though, because we couldn't leave because of COVID again. Yeah, she got found by a police officer, and they came to check in the next day. They were like, so has anyone seen that Faith Nathan girl this morning? How's she doing?
Just in a bush.
I think she had her gold medal still on as well.
Yeah,
It was
So good.
That's valid. That's warranted.
Yeah.
Is she a younger bird?
23.
Okay. So have you taken her under your wing? Like, are you the reason she's now very loose, or is she just
nah.
gone on her own merry-go-round?
Yeah, I think she's gone on her own. Me and her accidentally did go out in Orange. We were at a training camp and we went to a winery, and our coach was sort
Accidentally?
of like, yeah. Our coach was like, oh, like, you guys can enjoy your night, like, la la la. I broke my toe at the camp. We played against like this group of like their local team, and this guy was wearing like,
Oh.
you know those like front row studs? They're like
Yeah, the
Yeah.
big
fucking
metal
Yeah.
ones.
so long. We're playing just like touch a toes, and this guy stood on my fucking foot
Low skill.
and broke my toe.
Well, you're playing against boys in Orange.
Yeah, just a local team, just touch, but yeah,
Have you ever played hungover?
no.
No.
I
Okay.
trained hungover
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
but
yeah.
never played a tournament
Yeah.
hungover. No.
Yeah.
You're
guess
taking
when
it to
you-
Johnny football there. are
Yeah,
you?
I was kind of going down that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how you said your coach gets around it.
Yeah.
Like your S&C
He doesn't
coach,
get
he's
it
like-
pre-game,
yeah.
but does he?
No. Like sometimes we have a back-to-back. So like if we play Dubai, we go to Cape Town the next week. And obviously if you win, you can celebrate
Have a bit of a midweek session. And
if
then,
you like to an
Yeah.
extent, but like we don't go too hard.
You're focused on winning.
Yeah. But But yeah, I think like in Orange, for example, we probably went a little bit too far.
Nah, well,
We had training
there's
the
no
next
such
day.
thing, Charlotte. Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
But because I had my broken toe, I didn't have to train, but Faith
Yeah.
did.
Oh, and she was
She
hurting.
was dusty. We had to walk up this hill the next morning. It was like a team bonding experience, and me and her had just got home, and like she turned up with like this blanket like on her head, not in team kit. Like it was just so funny, and we were definitely in the bad books for like
A little while.
What, like a week?
a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you got out in it?
Maybe
Not yet.
just. It's been 12 months. I hope so.
Who's captain of the team this year? Or is it
Me.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Bravo,
Yeah, recent,
girl.
though.
I know, I was the only reason. I thought you would have been captain, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
Yeah. I was
You were
co-captain, like at the start, and then Demi, my co-captain, she got had like a stress fracture in her back, so she had like the last 4 tournaments off, and she sort of wanted to like refocus on just like getting right and herself without having to do, I guess, the whole team thing for a period of time. So yeah, it's just me at the moment.
You loving that responsibility? Like, do you think it's added, you know how some people, they go to an extra level?
Yeah, it's like I love the group of girls. Like they're so easy to lead. I find like they love having fun. Like a lot of people when they watch us, they're just like, you guys are just so happy and look like you're having the best time, which I think is like a really nice way to be like received by people watching, which is really cool. But like I guess sometimes it's just like managing like not being too fun and making sure that we apply ourselves properly when we have to. Like I have really high standards, but I could go get on the piss and I can turn up on Monday and
Yeah.
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Whereas like not everyone can do
Can do
that.
that.
So just like making sure that like the standards that we have are kind of like consistent for everyone.
Do you sort of in a tournament have to be conscious of how far and how many games you play, like earlier on in those games? Like do you know, obviously try not to gas yourself out?
Yeah, we don't really get a say. The coach sort of just
Yeah, right.
chooses, and sometimes he leaves us out there.
Do you
the
cramp
whole
up?
time. No, I don't suffer from cramps.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not like you
You're
or
not
I,
like
sort
us.
of, yeah.
I guess it's only 14 minutes, so
Well,
like,
how
it's
many
really
games?
quick.
How many games over the weekend?
6.
2 in a
Okay.
day?
If we do it over 3 days, it's 2-2-2. If it's over 2 days, it's 3-3.
Who's our biggest rivalry? Is there a team that we just fucking hate?
Surely the
Zealand,
Kiwis.
Yeah, good. Well, I didn't. I wanted you to say it, not me. So
Yeah.
now you're on record, which is
Yeah.
good.
I feel like it's
It's common,
Mutual.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see that the girls can beat them because at the moment, obviously, we haven't won a
Yeah.
Bledisloe in so long. So
What do you think
Yeah.
of the Aussie selections in the men's team?
yeah, they've like probably gone. I don't know. It's a bit rogue, but
you follow them?
obviously-
You would?
yeah.
Yeah.
obviously like there's a lot of potential in the squad. It's just hopefully they can kind of like pull it all together, and I guess like World Cups, because they're over such a long period of time, like the fact that they get to play together regularly and like build into it will hopefully work in their favour. And we have a good pool too, so that helps.
Thank God.
I've seen they're
for
up in
that.
Darwin,
Yeah.
like fishing,
Yeah.
doing it with, and like I think Geordie Patea hooked a shark, and they were feeding crocs and that.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do any team bonding stuff?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've recently just got back from Canada.
Yeah.
So we spent like 2 weeks in Canada, which was just a training camp.
Yeah.
What happens in Canada stays in Canada, or what happened? What went down?
Well, we were in a boarding school for the first half of it,
Jesus.
so not much happened there. But yeah, we went out the last night before we headed home, which was good fun in Victoria. It's always like on the island, on Vancouver Island. It's like a small kind of town, but it's always really fun. We go to this place called the Sticky Wicket.
Oh,
I've heard of that.
say less.
And it's really fun. Like you go up on the rooftop and there's like these big buckets of, I don't know what they are, but they're
Like
like
grog?
Yeah, they're really sweet, but they're like massive. And
What's the drink of choice for the girls when you win a game? Is it beer or is it champagne or
no, we
shots,
usually,
tequila shots maybe?
Yeah, the girls actually do love shots.
Oh,
It's
really?
Probably, I feel like because 7, so like we finish playing at like, if you play the final, you usually finish at like 8 o'clock, and then the other teams have been out all afternoon, and then we get like serious FOMO. So
Yeah.
our team's just like
Catch
can't
up.
catch
Yeah.
up, and then usually it ends really badly for like at least 2 people.
Face
yeah.
in the bush again.
That's
yeah, so we always have to play catch up. So we drink whatever's going. Like We usually order room service, get some drinks in.
Because you can order as much as you want. Because
No, we have to pay for it.
Oh, you have to
Wow.
pay
Yeah.
for it.
Nah.
Yeah, but like while we're getting ready, we kind of just order them to the room.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
then-
Rugby Australia would cover that. No?
Usually, so like when we won the World Cup when was that, last year? They had organised like drinks for the change room, so they cover that.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
was just like, we were in Cape Town, I don't know what they were. They were just sort of like some vodka mixer sort of thing.
They've got deep pockets, Rugby Australia. So
Apparently, so
yeah.
yeah.
Are we getting a...
Surely get the girls a couple Bollinger's or something.
Yeah.
It's like, come if they're listening.
I thought you would get whatever the alcohol, like the beer that sponsors would just be putting on free grog, or no?
No, like if you go to say like the HSBC tent or like hospitality area, we get like free drinks and stuff in there. But yeah, we kind of like, you're kind of in and out. So like we play the final and you just try and get out of there. Like the other team's already out on the piss somewhere. So we all kind of head home and
Do your
rush to
thing
get
there.
ready. Yeah. Like in Cape Town, we always go to a place called Cafe Caprice after, which is in Camps Bay. And they always like set up a like cool little spot for us. And when we were there for the World Cup, Brian Habana had like his area. And then we kind of
nice.
parked up next to him. And he was just like coming back from the bar with unlimited Springbok shots. So he kind of became like, he was our supplier.
He was your
That's cool.
favourite.
Yeah, he was the fave.
Sounds like you're a veteran of the circuit and know all the spots to
you've
go.
got all
Kind
the
of like-
cheeky spots.
Yeah.
We go to like a lot of the places often, like Europe, like every year or whatever. So you kind of start to build like a little bit of a relationship with
Yeah,
the spots
true.
that you go to.
Yeah.
Much shopping, you girls, on tour, or do you have to contain it?
Yeah, a bit of shopping. Our coach has actually planned for, we're going to Italy next week.
Jeez.
And he's planned like makeup lessons for all the girls.
Oh my God.
Which is like,
Him included?
I don't know, actually. I should ask him. He's planned that, and a photographer and stuff to like follow the girls around after, which is like,
That's cool.
super sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long, like, who is your coach, by the way?
Tim Walsh.
And we love
he-
Walshy.
How do we
Love
know him?
Walshy. He was our coach for the gold medal in
Yeah, so
Rio.
same bloke.
And then he went and coached some men for like a period of time, and then he came back to.
Came back.
Yeah.
What's your nickname? Like, what's your name? Or is it just Charlotte in the, like,
Just Charlie.
Charlotte?
Not Shaz.
No, I don't get Shaz because we had
Or
Shannon
Kaz?
Parry, she was the Shaz, and then I'm just Charlie.
Or was she the longest standing captain?
Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon?
Yeah, Shannon and Shani were both captains for like a long time, pretty much my whole career.
Yeah, she
Or,
wore the
like,
headgear.
before me. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about liquor? I just thought liquor.
Fucking hell.
Caslick liquor. I know a liquor. You know Michael Hancock? He's liquor. I don't
So
know
his
why.
nickname, Liquor.
Liquor. I don't know.
It's a bit how you going, but
I just thought Caslick liquor.
Yeah, I
That's a
feel
cool
like my
nickname.
for a
brother's got a
women's
lot
team.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
That's why I was like, is this bloke putting two and two together here? Fucking
Don't throw me under
hell.
the bus. Like that.
Mate, this happened with Gory as well. And
Yeah,
now
you
it's,
let something slip there, and
now it's happening
did-
with
like,
poor
I
Charlotte.
didn't think anything like that.
Liquor.
You
Yeah.
creep.
Anyway,
Well, hey-
would you ever play 15? Sorry, Saucy, just quickly.
You go. Yeah.
Would you ever play 15s?
Yeah, I actually would love to. I think there's a World Cup in 2025, which is not that far away, which would be awesome. It's in England. They love 15s over there too, so that'd be cool. But the one after that is in Australia in 2029. And I don't know, but if I could hold on to that long, but
You can do it.
maybe.
If you can do that, you can do 2032.
Yeah.
for the 3 more years. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to play, but like post obviously Paris.
So Paris could be your final Olympics. That's how you're talking to us. Have we got breaking news?
No, I would love to do 4, but I just
It's a
like-
big toll on the body.
yeah.
Maybe just do
4
it
years is a long time.
Serena Williams and just have a little break.
Yeah, I think I
start a
would
little
have to.
family and then come back
Yeah.
or something.
I think I would have to have
'Cause-
a break for a period of time, and then also like I'm like the second oldest now in the team,
Yeah, okay.
You 28?
and I'm 28. Yeah,
You're the
Which isn't
veteran.
That old.
No.
It's not old. Not at all.
No.
So like in 5 years, which would be the next Olympics, I would be 33.
Good maths.
Yeah. And like if I'm playing with 18-year-olds, I don't know how it like looks.
Do they
know what I
annoy
mean?
you, the young birds?
Nah, they're awesome. Like I actually love
Get a
it.
bit of energy.
Yeah, so much energy, and they keep me young. I feel like
They all obviously look up to you as well,
Oh,
like
yeah,
you said.
like it's cool. I love hanging out with them, but like I'm like, fuck, if I'm 33, are they more so like are they gonna think I'm annoying?
Yeah, true.
Like, can this bitch hurry up and retire so we can fucking play?
Is there a one that we should look up to?
Look out for.
Yeah, look out for. Like one on the horizon.
Maddie Levi she played in Tokyo Olympics. That was her debut actually, which is wild to debut at an Olympics. So now she's played 2 seasons. And like
I've seen her. She's a tall girl, like
tall
second
blonde
rower.
girl.
Yeah.
She broke like the all-time try scoring record last season. I think
Wow.
she scored 53 tries and she
Whoa.
beat Portia
Shit.
Woodman, who's a Kiwi.
Yeah.
Which we love that. So she's definitely one I think to look out
Is
for.
she a sister?
Yeah, Tegan's a younger sister. She's also a gun.
Wait, how old are they?
Maddie's 21 and Tegan actually turned 20 yesterday.
She's 21.
Yeah.
Gee, how tall would she be?
She's probably like 10 centimeters taller than me.
So what
I'm
was
172.
So like, what was that, like 6'3"?
No.
I have no idea. Wait, so I think she looks so tall because as a woman,
Yeah.
she's probably surrounded.
And like we're pretty small as a team and she's a
Right.
lot bigger than most of us. I don't know, maybe
Like
like
6'1".
I don't think she'd be 6 foot.
What?
I don't know.
Turn
Should we
it up.
Google how tall she is and figure it out?
Let's figure this out. Mate, I'm telling you right now, she looks 6. I actually got the women's squad up right here. I was going to rattle you off some names.
I love how this happens.
Oh, you are number 7. That is so
yeah,
good.
I wasn't lying.
No,
Just pretending I was number 7 because Alfie was.
I know you were. It's just to actually see it there. I believe you. There's our girl Faith. Number 3, Faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she a Queensland girl?
She's actually not, but she cheers for Queensland instead of
Oh,
Origin.
turncoat.
Yeah. But
He's a bit of
we'll
an
take
AFL
her.
turncoat.
I'm not a fucking turncoat.
Who's your league team?
Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys
you
girl.
are a concrete cowgirl.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah. Well, I love JT and then
True,
like
yeah.
that sort of
The 2015 GF, did that do
Yeah,
it for you? Yeah.
yeah.
See, I cried when the
Yeah.
Bronx lost.
I was at that game.
Were you?
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're big
I actually
Bronx
saw
fans.
Michael
Massive
Morgan
Bronx
at Luke Combs.
That's
Did
good.
ya?
Yeah, about to go in.
Now, can we get a guess about Madison Levi here?
I reckon she's 5. I don't think she's 6
You
foot.
have
She's
a
got to be
guess.
like 5'10".
Yeah, so hit me. You were talking.
You said 6'3".
So guess centimetres for me. I've only got centimetres.
178.
Oh, bullshit. That's bang
I was
on.
going to say
She told
177.
me before.
Yeah.
So we need to get that translated to what 178 would be. Because I've got Madison. Madison will love me if I think she's 6'3", unless maybe she doesn't want to be
When you get a few
considered
inches
that.
on top of you, it makes you feel good. And people
Well,
point that out.
I don't know if it does if you're a girl.
What,
Yeah,
to be
they
tall?
might not
Well,
like that.
To be tall's okay, but 6'3" is fucking huge.
When you're a 5'9" short king like me, you want those compliments all day long.
This is actually crazy. 178 centimetres, only 5'8".
Oh.
No, I'm 177 and I'm 5'9".
Am
Don't
I
tell me I'm 5'8". Have you, bruh? Nah.
He's a short
See what I mean?
king over here. Yeah, that's wild. We'll work that out with the show. So I want to quickly ask you.
Go into the Swedish thing.
Yeah,
because we find this bizarre.
This is where I want to go here, Sean.
Like-
I don't know if you want to. I was going to call you the nickname that this dickhead came up with,
Liquor.
but I'm not going to say that. So Charlie, is that
Yeah.
what we're calling you? I'll come up with another nickname. So one of the shareholders brought this to my desk. It's the most fucking ludicrous thing, and I want to know if you've ever experienced anything as outrageous as this is, like in terms of unfairness in sport, being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The women's Swedish soccer team had to pull their pants down to do a genital test.
at this World Cup.
Now, obviously, I don't think it was like full down to the brim skin, but, just take the pants off.
And of all teams, the Swedish team.
Yeah, aren't they all
They're
just
all
hot blonde
blonde.
chicks?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah, they're hot blondes. But isn't that outrageous?
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Is that fucked?
But like, I don't know how that wouldn't have been like how they don't know that before they
Going
get
in?
here.
Yeah.
Like,
What do they think? They're just doing like a switcheroo with someone from the
Yeah,
Swedish
like-
men's team or something?
yeah. And was it just them?
Well, that's all I've been told, which it's weird because on so many fronts, like we're convinced there's some seedy bloke
In
at
FIFA. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fucking decided, yeah, righto.
We're picking
Yeah, he's some pervert
the
or
Swedish
something.
girls to
But
deep in.
have you ever experienced
No.
anything like
No,
that?
No,
Yeah, good.
not at all.
Because we were thinking, would they do that to a men's team? Fuck no.
Which would
No.
never happen.
Yeah.
Because the blokes would probably want to flog him.
Yeah, no, that's really weird.
So
Nothing
weird.
like that. Obviously, we get drug tested and you have to
Yeah.
Do that.
pull your pants down. But like,
There's been
What
nothing.
if,
Oh, what, to just to pee?
yeah, but you have to like have them like around your ankles.
What,
Are
you
they
don't
in
do
there
that
watching?
Yeah, and they have to watch it exit your body. So like,
What?
yeah.
What would you do this in private?
I'd be so gun shy.
So
yeah,
like,
come on, mate. Can you hurry up here?
Yeah.
Can you get out of my cubicle? Get out of my grill, bro?
So like sometimes you get like these like old ladies that are really serious about it, and they like get like squat down to like get a good view of it coming out.
Jesus
They're into it.
Christ.
Sounds like it.
Whereas like sometimes like if you I don't like some that come in often that you kind of build a relationship
Well,
with a little
yeah.
bit, like they stand a bit further away.
Do you ever get like a vibe that they might be into it, like into a pee fetish?
Yeah.
No, I've never.
No?
No.
Or like
I've
they're
never
into
thought about it.
you, like they're
Nah.
yeah. So you haven't been cracked onto doing a drug
No.
test,
And
yeah.
it's like always women. But a lot of the boys
Yes,
say
yeah.
that,
well,
like,
you might
Yeah.
get one. So
So it's not like a guy testing a girl
No.
and
No.
vice versa. Yeah.
Like the boys often
Yeah.
say that like when they get tested they like do a shit at the same time. So like just to
So it's awkward for that.
yeah, just to make it
Just
uncomfortable for the guy that has to watch them do a shit at the same time.
You're just hearing this disgusting dialogue come out of this bloke's ass. He's knocked off a buttered
Oh.
chicken the night before intentionally. That's wild.
Gets a bit in the cup.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. And they can come to your house as well, like random drug tests at any time, really. You
Yeah,
have to like
right.
so I have to have my whereabouts for where I am every single day between a certain time.
Tell us about the Olympic test you said before. Oh, the Olympic text. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So every year there's like an Olympic day. And we get a text message from the Australian Olympic Committee and just says, congratulations, you're one of so many Olympians
Yeah.
and like this is your day and rah, 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 which is really cool. And like the number always surprises me. Like every single time you see it, it's just so much smaller than like what you expect.
Of
That's
what
awesome.
current Olympians
Current
that
Olympic or like no ever.
ever.
Yeah. And then
Australian Olympians?
like
Yeah.
And then like the amount of gold medalists in Australia to think that I'm like one
One
of
of
them.
them.
And like that number is so small is
Now,
crazy.
what's your take on Australia being the best country on earth at sport? Do you get around that?
Yeah.
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 For sure.
'Cause
We're
We-
massive
Yeah.
Yeah.
advocates for it.
When
Per
you
capita.
think about
Yeah, we
it,
punch well above our weight.
Absolutely.
well away.
Yeah.
thank you.
There's a lot of Americans out there that we've gone toe to toe with.
We've
on
gone
social
viral on
media.
TikTok, and all these Yanks are going like belligerently. You can't even understand what they're saying. Shock, like,
Yeah,
you
that,
know.
that we're not the best, but
and it's like no one cares about the sports you play. Well,
Hands
last
and
time I
heels.
checked,
Yeah, well, like no one else plays like
Fucking NFL, yeah.
nah, that's right.
really,
And
who else
like,
plays baseball?
Just like Japan, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we've got a game. Can I fire into the game?
Absolutely.
So
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is
yeah,
our game that we play on OFD here. We've only played it once with Alfie, so now you're our second one. Now it's called Belt, Bender, and Beer with, right? So who
Yeah.
would you belt? Who would you bender? Who would you go have a
Okay.
beer with, right? Now it's all above board, so it goes on categories. So our first category is the Nova 106.9 breakfast team, right? Ash, Lutzy, and Susie O'Neill. You know them?
Yeah.
You familiar? Have they interviewed before? Have you been on Nova?
No, not recently.
Not big-
but like, of course, I know Susie.
You've Susie. So who would you belt, bender, and beer with out of those three?
I don't know them well enough.
No, you
but
don't worry.
I'd bend her with Susie just because
Yes.
she's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Is she?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. She's Madam
Yeah,
Butterfly.
she's Madam Butterfly.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'd have
oath.
to.
What another reason why we're the greatest on earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would you belt, Lutzy or Ash?
I don't really know Ash. So
Would you want to have a
I
beer
feel
with
like-
Ash then?
Yeah, maybe
Get to
just
know
to get
him?
to know
Get to know him,
him.
and then you know Lutzi.
Yeah.
We all know what Lutzi's.
We all know love.
We've all had a beer with Lutzi also. So
Yeah, it's already done.
Righto, well that's great. Now the second one, and you'll know these girls, okay? That's why I wanted to do it because it's all love. Is NRLW,
Yeah.
okay? Millie Boyle, Emma Tonengato, am I pronouncing that
Yeah.
right? And
Old
she was a
teammate.
She was
sevens girl,
sevens,
yeah.
yeah.
You would have had plenty of drinks with her back
Yeah.
in the day, maybe Benders. And Jessica Surgis, other teammate. She at the Roosters when you were at the Roosters?
No, she wasn't at the Roosters when I was, but
Because she's there now.
she's there now. Yeah, I think she was at the Dragons.
Oh, is she at the she
when
was at the
yeah,
Dragons.
when I played.
Righto, so who are you going to belt, Bender and Beer with out of those three birds?
Oh God, that's hard.
I know, they're going to text you now too.
Yeah.
Would you love to belt Millie Boyle?
No way.
she'd fight back.
Yeah. No, I'd probably have a beer with Millie. She's pretty good value.
Yeah, she seems great.
Yeah, she's very good value. I feel like I have to bend her with Emma because
Yeah.
she's
An old
Yep.
team,
yeah,
mate.
she's
And you're going to
one of my
belt
friends.
Jessica.
But I love Jess too. She's actually really lovely.
Oh, well, it doesn't sound like it because you want to
So-
belt her.
So I don't know. Yeah.
All right,
I hope
well,
she's not listening.
we'll tag her in it or something.
She's a shareholder.
We normally do 3 categories, but I couldn't think of
I've been trying to think of one.
think of 3 more.
I'll think of one, but I was going to say, we're close to finishing. What do you want to do post career? What's your sort of bit like us? We'd have no idea.
I don't really
Coaching?
know. I would like to coach eventually, I think. Probably not for like a long time, but I would like to have a stint coaching. I'd also love to play overseas at some point, whether that's in like England or France or whatever.
Yeah.
Like rugby, like 15-a-side rugby is really big over there. So I think that would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think I'd love to be a part of like, I guess maybe like not commentary, but like the side sort of
I
stuff.
could see that.
That's cool.
But not like the commentating a game. I don't want to call it a game.
Just part of the broadcast
but
team.
maybe like
and-
kind of like a little bit of broadcast sort of
Sideline
vibes.
reporter.
But I'm not 100% sold on it yet. But I'm
get
I
a job
could
with
see
Stan.
that.
Get a
thinking
Stan
about
gig.
it. Yeah.
Well, this is good. We're starting your career
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
maybe. We could put in a good word.
But I'd also love to like I feel like my dream job
Tell
is
us.
to work with like just in like the hospitality side of it. So just like literally wining and dining with
Oh, yeah.
sponsors and stuff.
Just go to lunches and get
Just
on.
go to lunches,
get on the piss. Do like
do a couple of
speeches and
speeches.
yeah.
That's a good lifestyle.
Travel and like still go to like Rugby World Cups and stuff. I feel like the next 10 years in Australia is like the best time to be involved with
Yeah.
because we've
Yeah.
obviously got the Lions Tour, Rugby World Cup here, Women's World Cup here. Like there's so much rugby.
So pretty much just do what you're doing, but don't be playing.
Yeah, that would be
Just
ideal.
still living the dream.
Yeah. And then obviously I love
Not
my
getting injured and
farm as well.
Having fat fucks from Orange step on your toe. Breaking your back.
I'd love to know how much he weighed. He would have been a big boy.
Yeah, they're like, why the fuck was he wearing those shoes?
Was he a
for
klutz? Because he's from
touch.
Orange. He's from Orange.
Like-
Was he a klutz? Like he was just a big weird.
Yeah, he was just a big guy that was just unco. It just like he kind of like came to apologize, but like gave
was
me the
too late by
shittest
that
apology,
point,
and I
yeah.
was so off him. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
What?
I
Don't know his name?
no.
No, you're good.
I had the World Rugby Awards, so like a few weeks later, and I had a broken toe, and then my shoes were so uncomfortable.
Are you in high heels?
Yeah, well, I had
Jeez,
to
you're
for like the
brave.
moment.
Yeah.
And then I was complaining about it, and Dan Carter actually said to me like, "Oh, it's fine. Like you can take your shoes off if you want." And we're like in Monaco, and I was like, I definitely can't take my shoes off in the middle of like this Monaco. I don't know where we were, but it was like this beautiful place.
Yeah.
So I just like toughed it out for the rest of the night. Yeah.
Dan's trying to stitch you up, is he?
Yeah.
Fuck
No
you,
shoes
Dan.
in Monaco.
Yeah, what, mate? Have a bit of class, Dan. Was
Mate,
that it?
I can't think of anyone for the life of me to do a
What,
belt bender beer.
to do a belt bender beer
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I don't. I could end it with who could I end it with? I'll do an Olympics.
Okay.
We'll end it with an Olympics one. Why don't we do?
I've got one.
Go.
Kathy Freeman,
Ash Barty.
Sam Kerr.
Oh, these are so hard.
Oh, we stitched
I
her
feel
up
like
here.
they're like just people that I want to hang out with.
You
all
wanna
the
have
There's
beer
no
with all
bad
of
people
them.
in.
There's no bad
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one that stands out that you're like,
You could just
Yeah,
say
fucking
Alfie and go. I'll have a beer with all of them.
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know. Imagine that trio.
Yeah.
To go
That's a
out for
great
beer
trio.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be epic.
Just to end it with prediction with Matildas tomorrow night in the semi.
School on.
Scoreline.
I hope it doesn't go to fucking penalty
Oh,
shootouts.
I couldn't do it.
No.
That's so stressful.
Tense.
I'm thinking 2-1 to the Matildas.
2-1.
I reckon hopefully Sam's playing like the full game.
She's got to start.
She has to.
Yeah.
So I reckon Sam's going to score a goal and Caitlin Ford's going to score a
You
goal.
ever met Sam Kerr?
Yeah, briefly in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She actually messaged me about like the ASICS uniform sizing because she obviously wears probably Nike most of the time.
You girls same foot or something?
Well, maybe she thinks we're
Or
the same
she-
body,
body,
shape or something.
yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
Would you
But-
play soccer?
Nah.
You wouldn't? Fuck, that was a straight no.
Such a nah.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah, my
That-
attention span's like 14 minutes now. From
Yes.
yeah.
120 and then a shootout.
Shootout.
No thanks.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
That was a pleasure.
You were fantastic.
No worries. Thanks for
What did you
having
think of
me.
us? What
Yeah,
did
you
you
guys
think
were
of-
great. It was
Yeah?
good fun. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah, wow.
Can't
Thank
wait for my 30th to be there
30th,
too.
yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're
the,
holding you to that.
the greatest number 7 women's
Yeah.
player.
There's something
Right.
with a number 7.
Yeah, there's.
Who
that's
wears
what
number
OFD
7 for
does.
the Tillies?
Oh, I think it's Catley.
I'm not sure.
Is it
pretty sure it's Catley.
Rasso? No, Rasso's not.
I think Catley wears the 7.
Anyway, we're going to fucking win.
Yeah,
number
right.
7.
Go
Charlotte
Tillies. Go
Caslick.
Charlotte Caslick.
Bloody pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's the Queensland spirit now?